And all right. Well, good to see everyone, and thank you for joining. And what we're going to do today is just kind of review um, the opportunities and the resources and the support that we want to provide you to provide um, people in your communities who meet certain low and medium income or eligibility requirements to have free access to a T-Mobile hotspot for 5 years for their families. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen and and pull up um, the um, the website that I just kind of put together for these type of resources for you. Um, uh, Bob McLaughlin's, who's on the call here, has been a key player in bringing this opportunity uh, available to the HBCUs as well as others. And I think that the key aspect here, one is these type of resources. Again, I'm just trying to organize them around um, uh, kind of they have a lot of materials on the T-Mobile website, and I try to
Right.
put them together are what's the most essential for us. So one here, again, providing free internet access to students, and here are the eligibility requirements. Always children within the K-12, their families can qualify for the Project 10 Million, and there's a whole set of possible ways that people can qualify. All right.
Jerry,
And
can I add just one sort of foundational thing that's really surprising? That if somebody's 1 second away from getting their high school diploma, they'll cover them for 5 years.
correct.
Thanks. I just wanted, so as you're thinking about this, think about this could really benefit your, admissions, for example. All
Correct.
right, thanks,
Right.
Jerry.
Right. So I'll just jump to that. So down here, you can say your incoming freshmen are high school students now, right?
Yeah.
Many of your existing students still have siblings in K-12, right? Your campus might have dual enrollment programs, right? Your campus has partnerships with K-12 programs. I spoke with Morehouse last week, and they have a TRIO program, and they have a lot of outreach program, and they have pipeline programs. So all these are mechanisms that you have a network out into the K-12 environment where you can then um, communicate. And I think this is really the key element here. The first role that you can play is doing the outreach to your network about the opportunities available. Then the families can um, apply for access to these. All right. Now, so there's two ways, right? Families can apply, and I'm just clicking on this. Here's the eligibility requirement to the parent, right? And so there's a little apply now, and there's lots of other information. And I think that this is, my 2 cents, a suggestion about how to go about it is that T-Mobile has this the eligibility requirements and the way they communicate it. It's for everyone, right? Now, when one size does not fit all when it comes to communication. So when you look at what's available here and how to apply, I think your voice and your relationship with the your network will enable you to customize its communication, its outreach, so it's more aligned and more resonant with what they will appreciate, and it'll be respectful of the context that you can bring to the table here. So I think these materials that T-Mobile has can be kind of reused, revised, remixed. These are kind of elements of OER, but can be contextualized for you. Now, the other option, beside families directly applying, school administrators can also distribute the hotspots. So if you have partnerships with schools, that administrator who can say, okay, how many students do I have on who are in my Head Start, or who are on the school lunch program, or who are whatever along these different criteria. So they are able to kind of um, uh, acquire, put the application in and acquire the hotspots and distribute them to the students and their families. So that might be a more, I'll say, a more scalable way to get more units through one application process through your school administrator. But again, this requires your relationship, what are the relationships that you have with those type of individuals, okay? So those are the two mechanisms. Now, all these things, one of the things that are important is that communicating, well, what the heck is a hotspot and why, how can I use it, and all these things. And T-Mobile has a lot of these videos um, already set up for you, right? So these are things that I've just organized here for you to where you, if someone has questions about this, you have, in a sense, this is your help desk, right? So when someone says, well, how do I use a T-Mobile hotspot? Well, here's a tutorial, and then you can coach them through and you can give them these type of information. How do I set it up on my iPhone? Okay, here's a little YouTube tutorial. Now, again, I just kind of put the URLs here. And we can put these, embedded these as video in the website too, to make it easier, kind of direct access to it. So just showing you what you have here. And okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a few more things, and then we're going to open up for conversation. I just want to show you what you have available here. Now, one of the things I think is important as you're getting ready, getting your campus organized in a collaborative strategy. And I put this together for Morehouse. They were looking for something. And if you click on this, it'll download a document for you. And I'm opening that up. And so what I put together here is to think about a campus strategy, because often when you're looking at outreach and you're looking at building on the network that might have developed in your student services programs, or your business and finance who are looking at financial support and grants that might be available for the community, or your academic programs might have certain elements of dual enrollment, for example. So one of the things to think about, and I'll just say TSU does this exceptionally well, is bringing these in Robbie's SMART team, bringing people from a variety of units on a campus to come together so everyone gets up to speed, explain the mobile program, and say, look at the benefit, because together we can put together a plan. So if your task force drafts a plan, and it helps you think, who are all the people who can be responsible, execute, etc. And then you bring the plan to your provost or your president to get that institutional support. And then it gives you, in a sense, the authority to leverage all that network that you have. So getting organized, really helpful. And then you can think about how do you gonna, once you have your plan, if you're in the outreach side, your emails, and like Morehouse, and I have the Morehouse website. I'm going to show you something in a second where I can do these things for you. You can develop a help desk, call us, have Zoom office hours for people, things along, develop a process for following up, and webinars for those. All right. So that's just kind of a quick starter program for for helping out and thinking about getting yourself and institutionalizing this, because this program is going to continue throughout the year. So getting all your players supporting is important. And then the other thing I put together is another document for you to that you can download. Hang on one sec. Here we go. So whenever you pull together a plan, um, thinking about your outreach material, are you being comprehensive in what you are communicating out? So, so I just put a little checklist here. What's a hotspot and how does it work? When you're reaching out, what does this mean? What are the criteria? What are the ways that you can reach out to your eligible households, right? So your incoming freshmen, dual enrollment, etc. There could be lots of other ways that occurs. How do you apply? How can you announce the availability? So I just put a variety of things here. And it's just to get you kind of thinking through, okay, what works at TSU, or what works at Albany State, or what works at Bethune-Cookman. So once you have the outreach, then you also have to think, okay, once I'm reaching out and they're connecting, how can you provide the support services to the people who are going to now acquire this? So are there ways for you to teach family members how to apply and acquire this? Are there after school programs, church programs, online, etc.? How can you leverage existing digital literacy and school student outreach programs in your library, your student services side? And then importantly, how do you assess the impact? Is there ways for you to track adoptions, your outreach events, interviews, etc.? And finally, it's always good to have a project management process where you say, okay, here are the activities that we're going to deliver. Here are the milestones we want to achieve. And do we have these on a schedule with people responsible to achieve those? Okay. So this, I try to do just a quick overview of the type of resources that we have available for you as you design your own T-Mobile hotspot plan. Here's QR codes to connect to NSDC, Bob and Janelle, who are wonderfully informed about a lot of this stuff. And the last thing I'm going to show you is this. So, Morehouse, those who know Monique Lewis, she goes, Jerry, this is great. Can you customize this for Morehouse, right? So the technology that we're using is the Merlot Content Builder. And very quickly, I can change the color, put your logo, change a few words. And now this is something that Morehouse, Monique brought together about 5 people who now this is their website that they could put on with embedded within their programs that has a lot of this information in it. So you have both the HBCU broad one that you can leverage, and if you want your own, and I could just see Jean-Jacques saying, "Yes, Jerry, I want I want Albany State," and I'll say, "Yes, Jean-Jacques, I'll get you this for you." So so I hope that was a quick overview. I just wanted to try to get that kind of uh, so you know broadly about it, and now you can ask questions, and we can discuss strategies. And the most important thing is, and all you know my line: give a gift and not a burden, right?
Not a burden.
Okay. And so if you tell me, think of me as your gift registry, right? Jerry, right? Chastity says, "Oh, Jerry, what I need is whatever," right? Um, then I could say, okay, let's work on that, and then put it up on the website. And Morehouse has already started thinking about their outreach, and I told them what they're going to do is, as they do their outreach programs, customize it for them. they're going to send it to me, and I'm going to put it up on a website. So we'll have a library of all these things that you can look at by sharing each other what's working, and so they're able to reuse it, revise it, remix it for yourself.
Sounds good.
All right. So that was my continuous monologue for real quick, and now just questions, comments, anything, and things that you might need for you to be successful.
Hey, Jerry, I'm
Hey,
so
Robert.
excited about the, oh, am I muted? Oh, I'm
No, I
so
got you.
excited about this project. Good to see everybody, all of our HBCU family, etc. I'm really excited about this project. I did want you to know that TSU has been in the think tank, and we do have some amazing things. We are working, but as per process, we know that they have to pass the Melton assessment test. So as soon as those things are cleared, and those kinks and stuff are worked out, we will make sure to get that project over to you, so you can have that. We do want to, I know we do want a portal, so we will be getting those details over to you, just details over to you so you can customize that portal for us, because we want to be out there. We don't want Morehouse to be out there by themselves. We want to be with everybody else. We want to be a part of that collective. So we're gonna make sure that gets done. But I'm excited about the SMART team working with you on this project, and I am really anticipating the amazing things that it's going to do for our extended community, especially during a time like this. So thank you once again for considering us for this opportunity, and we look forward to working with you.
Oh, great,
All
Robert.
right.
Thank you. And one of the things I'll say, Robert, is right now we're working with the lead HBCUs in the Affordable Learning Solutions initiative, right? And once we work it out with how it works and enables you to be successful, then we go out to all of them, right? All right. You remember we have about 30 affiliates that are out there too, and I think they can benefit, and you know, and as they pass the Melton test or the Medastin test or whatever, right? Then that builds trust and confidence in all the other HBCUs as they start moving forward. And I think that's what we need to do, is to support one another very effectively in this way. So thank you for that. And whatever you need, you got my email, you got my phone. We'll make it happen.
All right. Thank you, Jerry. And you know where I stand.
Right. And so Jean-Jacques, I'll put one together by the end of today for you, and I'll put on the Albany State colors as best I can, and then the logo.
Yeah.
And one of the things I'll do for everyone there is I'll make you a collaborator on the website so that you can change it, or you can have your staff change it whenever you want. I don't want to be the bottleneck. I just want to be the person who gets you started on this. Okay.
We appreciate you.
No problem.
That's perfect. That was going to be my next question, because we actually had started kind of brainstorming on a portal or a layout. And so I wanted to ask that question. I haven't showed it to you yet because we had to get, of course, approval. But we've got one that's kind of like jump in, but we want to make sure that we follow the protocol and what it's supposed to be laid out to look like as well. So.
Oh, well, Marcus, listen, I'm sure what you're putting together is much better than whatever I can design. Okay. So you can think of the HBCU portal is just a background resource, and you can take the stuff out of that and put it the way you want. Because I think that is so important, is how best to reach out to your network.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bottom line, right? So I'm just trying to make it a little easier for you. Okay.
Yes. We appreciate you.
Okay.
Wonderful.
One piece of homework that your wonderful summary noted in passing, and it's like, oh my, I need to pull that thread, is what pricing does T-Mobile offer for devices?
Yeah, I was going to ask that because I see the at-cost laptops. I was going to ask that. Yes.
Me too. And I'm wondering, hey, can they give us a special, discount on the discount? So we'll and Janelle, as Janelle knows, she and I have been in conversation with the hardware partners of Project 10 Million at a company called OmniPro. And so we do know the right people to ask and see if if they have a sense of humor. So we'll do some homework on that.
You'll get them there, Bob. I believe you.
We're gonna do our best.
Yep. All right. Any comments, questions? Anything you would like to see?
I just want to make a comment that has nothing to do with what you just asked. I want I want to give a shout out to my entire immediate team. Everybody's here.
All right.
So they're on it with
So, well, listen, if you're going to shout out to them, you got to call out them, right? And I'm looking at, so who's on your team there, Jean-Jacques?
Okay, I have Dr. Allen, I have Mildred Imparo, Takia Price. That's my immediate team. The only person missing is the director of distance learning. Yeah.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you, Douglas and Mildred, and I missed someone. And who did I miss?
Takaya.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. And just so you know, we're here to help you, and have fun in the process. I know it's hard working with Jean-Jacques. He's just, oh my goodness, such a taskmaster and stuff. Never having fun or never smiles. I have some sympathy for you.
Yeah, it's a dull time over here.
Oh, I know. I tell you, a joy to work with all the time. So,
Thank you.
all right. Okay. Any other wishes or comments or anything we can do, Bob?
I got one. So it occurred to me, and I put it in the chat if anybody happens to see that. It just occurred to me that, oh my, educator preparation programs too, right? Your teacher ed programs have wonderful ties with schools. And I think that what a way to thank the cooperating educators who are mentoring students, right? The teacher ed candidates, to be able to say, hey, this is a way to thank you. Did you know we can help get all your students free broadband at home?
Right. Yep.
And we'll put something together on that, Jerry, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll add that to the list there,
Yes.
And
I want to echo the sentiments on that because and Jerry, Bob, just to let you guys know like that we are on the right path. We just actually in-serviced some faculty superintendents actually from New York. They came in to be in service in the Smart Center, and these were K-12 teachers. And we had them to actually develop an implementation plan of how they're going to apply artificial intelligence, things of that nature into their education atmosphere. And the majority of them, when they presented their implementation plan, they proposed this as being something of a problem is connectivity, affordability to be able to do this. So it's really, really showing. It was real time for us. It got us super excited because we knew what was coming. We knew what was in the works to happen. So really being able to see them actually identify those as areas of improvement or areas that we can actually help out. This lit a fire under us. That's the first thing we walked out really, really excited about. We were like, well, we know what we're working on to come, to come from this. So this is like great, and it's right on point.
that's
Marcus,
awesome.
do you think I know from having been at your wonderful AI gathering last summer, right, in Nashville at TSU, you have this wonderful educator preparation program. Is there a network among HBCU educator preparation programs?
I'm not sure. I can double check. I know as far as with this program is actually through, I believe it's STEM Alliance,
Right.
but they're even starting to work on actually producing cohorts with us. So they're going to start to actually send their teachers and faculty and staff to us to actually prep them and train them. So of course we can send them back with something even greater, you know, that there's some opportunities there for growth and improvement. So I could definitely see a network being developed from that. And, you know, in helping, of course, we don't compete with each other, we complete each other. So in helping our other HBCUs to make that connection with like-minded K through 12 schools, K through 12 communities, that they could provide the same access, same career, not career, same collaboration, because it was really, really beneficial to hear that from the faculty members and to say, we're ready, we're here, we're ready to educate our students, we're ready to take it to the next level, but our students are at a disadvantage because of this. And so we really, really identified the cause and the big idea. So now we can really force or look for some solution.
Do you think it'd be okay to share this recording with the leadership of T-Mobile for Project 10 Million? Because I think they'd love hearing that.
Sure, you know, if they give us a discount on all the devices, no problem.
All right, let's see if we can do it. Let's make a deal.
I think also
Free device, you get the recording.
Yes.
I think
yes,
also to piggyback off of Marcus, when they were here, they also talked about like the disconnect with media and information literacy in general. So that's a great opportunity to boost up the HBCUs, because we could come in and teach those courses around media literacy. So they're not just necessarily looking at YouTube videos of how to use this, but we could really come in and say, okay, this is an opportunity for us to touch you, right, as incoming freshmen, possibly into our pipelines as a university, and really give you some of that emergent technology training that you may not have had, that you don't have access to maybe for whatever reason, and to give you some of that for free along with your broadband. So it's a three-way win, right? You get the technology, you get the training, and then you get a touch point with the real university, which some students, when they come from those backgrounds of low, middle income, they just don't have those access points.
Yes, 100%. And it was definitely, and this is the last thing I want to say, I was just so excited when they came, but also we just really got to see from that report and from them reporting out, we got to see a lot of them, especially being from New York, or from the New York area, a lot of them are dealing with families that are not all English speaking, families that are possibly, the parents are not finishers of high school, they don't have a high school diploma, they stopped early, things of that nature. So it really provided us the opportunity as well, and the focus as well. We even had a fireside chat with them of how we engage the parents. Basically, how do we put the actual community side to this? And it aligns again, Jerry, like I said, you're so on point. It aligns again right with this initiative, because it's like, we're not just impacting the students, we're impacting the whole family, the whole community in this thing of not leaving the parents behind, bringing the parents up to par as well, and getting them where they need to be, so that they can also, when the students are at home, be able to reiterate that teaching, reiterate that learning right back. So it's amazing to see. I'm excited, and it was just so perfect. It was the perfect, like the key was right in the hole. We're ready to turn because it was like, it was ready from what they were saying. I'm like, we are right on point with this. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be perfect.
Wonderful, wonderful. And here I'm going to bring up two things real quick. On the digital literacy one, let me just share screen real quick. So as you know, folks, I never stop trying to sell, a glass of Merlot with any project that you have, right? And so I'm trying to, where's the heck the share screen thing? What'd I do with it? One sec. Oh, hang on. Why the heck is it? Oh, here we go. Got it. So one is Merlot has a whole section of free materials about ICT literacy, information communication technology literacy, digital literacy. And we've organized little collections about a whole variety of things. Just so you know, these are all free for you to use. So in Merlot, if you want to know stuff about ICT literacy basics. So our editorial board has organized all these online materials, and you can kind of pick and choose and make your own. So you can see there's a lot of stuff that's available here. And what I'm always thinking about is, how do I reduce the burden, the work that you have to do? So if you can find, if you're looking for ICT literacy stuff, that's free stuff there, and we can customize that for you as well. And the other thing I want to show you, the issue about shoot. Oh, here we go. Let me see if this is it. And this is work that we did with Bob in New Hampshire. So we built a little portal about online life, and this is in New Hampshire for English learners, right? So we said, okay, what are the digital literacy skills that are really important if English is your second language, right? So translation tools that are available. So we put these things together for those who are looking to learn English, speak English, and welcome information and other links about housing. And then for the older adults, many of our parents are older. So what are the type of literacy skills that they need? Okay. So I just wanted to show you those just for a second, just to say, you know, you don't have to start from scratch, right? You can leverage these things, and all those sites that I just showed you, like the online life for English learners, that's all in Merlot content builder, so we can turn that into a Tennessee thing, right? In a second, right? So you just again, let us know, and then we make you collaborators, so it's yours, and you can customize it at want, or you can use it as Marcus, as a starting point for you to recreate the good stuff in your technology. Okay.
And the parents would be so
you.
appreciative, and it's free. It
Yes,
makes it
thank you so much.
accessible. Thank you.
Right. You're welcome. You're welcome. And just so you know, right, we're wrapping this as part of the Affordable Learning Solutions, right, that we're getting Hewlett money from. And I think with the challenges that are occurring with the current federal government administration, to push forward in this way, to provide these affordable learning solutions from broadband through instructional resources, I think could be very, very helpful. And I think Hewlett is going to be continue to be enthusiastic with the HBCU leadership on this. And that means continued funding, which we all can benefit from. And that's not
Absolutely.
coming from a federal government, but from a philanthropic organization.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So what I'll do is I'm going to follow up an email to everyone who's been on the listserv. I'll get the recording. I'll pop that on there on the email. I'll also put the emails to the other sites. And Bob and Janelle, if there's anything else you want me to communicate. And Janelle, Janelle, you want to say something? Because Janelle, both Bob and Janelle have been, I'll say, you know, the scouts out there leading the way, finding these opportunities and bringing it to other people. And so Janelle, do you want to?
I will. I'm just so happy to see and hear all of the things that you're doing. I mean, it is just kind of like music to my ears. I'm just so proud of you, and I'm just delighted. I'm just sitting here and I'm looking at all of your faces, and I'm just saying, oh my God, this is a movement. We're moving forward with this. And I'm just thinking about the benefits that our students and will have when we get these devices in their hand and create and expand their learning opportunities, right? It's kind of like leveling the playing field. So yeah, I'm really, really, your work is making me very happy. I can tell you when I logged on today, I was like brain dead. You can relate to that, right? Right. I am energized now because it's like, okay, all of this, just hearing from you just really kind of energized me to put in another couple of hours before I sign off. But thank you so much. And if it's anything that we can do to help you, just know you can count on us. Okay.
And Janelle's not kidding about putting in a couple more hours tonight. She's got a bunch of stuff. She's been stirring up a lot of good trouble in DC.
Right. And
Oh.
we won't mention that I started at about 2 a.m. this morning, right?
Oh.
So yes. So, but anyway, it's all about providing these services, these devices, the training, the support to our population of people that we are serving through all the means that we know how to do it through, right? To tap all of those sources and to make people aware of what is available at no cost, right? We have to take advantage of it. So that's where I am.
All right.
So I have two things. First, I have a answer for you, Mr. McLaughlin. And then I was just thinking like how wonderful it would be to have some of these informationals, even using the Merlot to help with the learning. One of the things that educators try so hard to avoid is the learning slump in the summer. So if we could have something, with the high schools and the colleges to combine each other, combine forces, we could avoid some of that summer slump that they get where they actually lose reading and lose all these skills, and they could get those devices at the end of them or even at the beginning to assist with that evading that whole process, because they lose up to a year in whatever they learned in school going into the next year. So that would be a really great incentive for your administrators as they're looking like who could really benefit from something like this, and they could get all those great free resources with regards to media literacy, digital literacy, and so on and so forth. And then to your question, Mr. McLaughlin, we do have an event where all the HBCUs will be gathered. We're actually amping up for our app challenge with HBCU C squared in April, which is tomorrow. Well, the event isn't tomorrow. April is tomorrow, right?
Oh.
We have about 10. Right? He was like, "No, I would be like that. I would not be this calm if it was tomorrow." But it is the 10th and the 11th, so we will have a great crowd of HBCUs rallied around. If you all want to have a commercial or a little blurb that I could put out for something like this, I would be happy to do so.
Thank you.
Yep, that'd be great. And any of the websites, resources that you're already putting together, I mean, this program is open and out, right? So whatever you can do, go for it, right? If you think there's, that there's I'll just say your voice makes a big difference in who listens, right? So we just want to empower your voice, okay?
And so Chastity, I hope I'm not jinxing us by saying this, but I confess I'm unreasonably optimistic that T-Mobile might be able to help us with devices in some kind of way, because I mean they really. So Dr. Keisha King is the sort of the goddess of this whole thing, right? And as Marcus knows, she was going to come to Tennessee State for the AI gathering. And then, bad weather happened and airports were closed and she couldn't get in. And they had somebody who presented for a couple of minutes. And it was like, that's all. It was like, what? Someone talking about free broadband? It's like, let's do some homework on that. she's really, so Dr. King is really very committed to the HBCUs.
Yes, she
So
is.
I mean, if there's a chance, if there's a way, she'll want to do it.
Yes,
So
I
we'll
believe
get
it.
back to you right away on that.
Yes, I believe that 100%. And she did, Robert, she got a chance to come down. She didn't get to come back for the summit, but she was here probably about 3 weeks before that, and she had a time of her life. She can't wait to get back, and we stay in touch rather regularly on LinkedIn. So she's very in tune with what we have going on, and she's, like you said, you feel the passion just radiating off of her and her entire team, that they are just ready to help in any way. So,
And to fill in a little bit of that, so she engineered her project 10 million was supposed to end June 30, and it was a deal that was negotiated by 17 state attorneys general when they were resisting T-Mobile buying up Sprint 7-8 years ago. And they said, look, we don't want to concentrate the market. If we're going to agree to this, they have to do something philanthropic. Dr. King came up with Project 10 Million, and they made this commitment, 7-8 years ago. She's just renewed it indefinitely. So she's gotten, as of July 1. So this is really a new day. This isn't like something that's kind of old and slumping the last couple 100 yards of the marathon. It's like, no, they got new life. They're going to go around again. They're really excited about this. So Marcus, I'm with you. I think she's going to be, so we'll do some homework on that, Jerry. We'll get back with the group. We'll get back with you right away on that.
Great. All right.
All right. I gotta run, but thank you guys.
Okay, Jean-Jacques, good to see you.
All right, good to see
All right.
you.
see you
And,
later.
Take care.
And that's it for everyone. Thank you, everyone. And if there are any questions in the meantime, you can always email us. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All
All right.
everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you, Chastity.
Thank you.
It's always great. Your ideas about like the summer slump, I gotta say, is just a wonderful idea. There's opportunities. What the families, they also need. How do I support my kids and what they need to do over the summer so they can be more successful in school, right? So
Absolutely.
I think we just got to figure out a different name versus summer slump. We want to think of it as,
Oh, we could. Now I'm giving you the teacher's jargon, right? This is
Yeah.
what we call it, the summer slump, but you can definitely call it the stair steppers if you wanted to, or something like that to reverse the slump, right?
That's right. And finding ways, whether they're, connecting with summer camps or school programs or whatever it might be.
And it's really cool because Merlot also gives them that opportunity. And we talk about the current times we're in, and it's unnerving, but I think that with a partnership like with the HBCUs, Merlot, and something like broadband, it would be really important in the work that I do with OER and HBCU C squared is to see these types of communities become curators. Because if the information is leaving the internet, then how do we put it back? And I think that like the programs that you all offer us an opportunity to put it back. It offers us an opportunity to teach what it looks like to have formidable internet resources that are reliable, that you can count on, and that you can also curate. And what does that process really look like, right? Because I think you have a form and a version of it on social media. That's one form of it. But like truly peer-reviewed academic, how do you go through this, whatever, what have you? How do we build a course for parental engagement? If you need educational resources to help your children with their homework or you with your taxes, like Merlot can be a place where not just students who need that extra push when you're in college, but just the community as a whole all of you can go there and get that. And then, you know, your local HBCUs and those educators can be there to kind of assist in ushering in that extra knowledge. And you just have a community of learners.
Right, right. And I'll just say, any idea that you have that you would like to try stuff out, right? You know, just, give an example. It's April, so it's tax season, right?
It is.
And I know, but what are the resources out there that are
Right.
curated by the community of people who know what the issues are of the people who are trying to complete their taxes, right?
Yes.
So and so if I'll just use it as an example, but Merlot can give you, you can create the websites that's, has your branding, your voice, your content, free and open. And the other thing on kind of workforce development side, about Skills Commons,
Yes.
right? So those are all also kind of employability skills that are free or out there. And so if you ever want a customized TSU smart center, whatever you know,
Right.
you just
And I think there would be like the high schools here, they'll have academies.
right.
So your academies, they get micro credentials and little things to go about being work ready. So having something like that for them and they don't have to buy a textbook, it's a game changer.
Right, exactly, right. So any ideas you got, now I can't always deliver on everything because I don't have unlimited resources and all this other stuff, but just know I'll work my tail off to make sure we get close,
And you
okay?
do a great job, and we're so appreciative of everything you do.
Well, listen, it's like Janelle said, there's so many things that can suck the energy out of you, but working with you and as you know, Robbie is the most energizing person,
Yes.
that you can ever have. And she's just been such a colleague for so long. I'm just so grateful
I
for
love
all the
having
things
her
you
around as a boss, as somebody I can soak up from. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. And whatever your age, there's stuff to Robbie just gives life to people, as
She
she says,
does.
life is good and she makes it good.
And she means it. Yes.
Yes, she does. Well, thank you for just
You're
chatting a
so
little with me
welcome.
here. All
You're
right.
so welcome. I will, anything you need, let me know.
Okay. All right. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You too.